And online and you go, I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
There we go. Good? Perfect. Okay. I think we've got a new little setup here. We're good. So we need a squishy ball and then a set of weights. Does everyone have weights? Just small weights. You can use those too. How many pounds are those?
Those are 5. Those are 4 pounds.
5 pounds. No, good for you.
Smaller?
You can use those as your wrist weight. You can use those for your arms. So if you want instead of the other weight, whatever you want. Doesn't matter at all.
13.
I have 1 pound. I do 1 pound.
Yeah,
That's impressive. 5.
Yeah, those are the big ones. Do you have those? So 1 pound. Do you use them? They want.
Yeah, I use them.
So they're like.
I know.
I was gonna order some during COVID. They were also about the power.
Oh, you have to make it.
Oh, they do. Oh, like in the store or just
Online to make it. Actually, I think down at the store.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start on our mats. Let's see if this looks good. So, on our mats, have your weights handy, have your squishy ball. Squishy ball with ya. All right. That's the word. Okay, so we're gonna have our squishy ball between our inner thighs. Just have your weights by your sides, and then relax into neutral. So remember, when you are on the mat in neutral, the back of your head is heavy, your collarbones are wide, shoulder blades flat, ribs tight around your center, little bit heavy at the back, and then that little bit of a space behind your low back. Ribs heavy, little space, tailbone is heavy, wide sitting bones, nice kind of open hips there, so your hip bones are facing right up to the ceiling. And then make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Feet can be a little closer than hip distance apart, so you can feel that little bit of a connection with your inner thighs. And then from there, we're just gonna start with a couple of hip rolls. So let's rock our pelvis back to start. So pressing your low back down towards the mat, and then lift those hips up. So rolling off the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Hold when you're at the top there, you're not arched so much that you're there. Keep those ribs tight around your center, and then articulate back down. So letting the weight of your body press you back all the way till you're down and in neutral. Hold there. Do that again. So belly button towards your spine, that little bit extra, pressing through your heels, lifting those hips high. Nice deep breath. And then again, just articulating down, nice and slow and controlled. Back through to neutral. Couple more like this. Just notice in your spine if you feel that you can't roll through any vertebrae, just take it a little slower through those spots where you may be jumping, really trying to let each little bone in your spine touch down 1 at a time. And we'll do 1 more. We're gonna stay at the top this time. So belly button in that little bit. Exhale, press through your heels, hips lift, and then stay when you're up there. All right, so feel your knees reaching away from the top of your head. Extra little bit of pressure into your heels to keep your glutes and your hamstrings active. Now grab hold of your weights and then reach your arms right up to the ceiling. So arms are up. You can use weights, you don't have to though. Shoulder blades flat against the mat, collarbones nice and wide. Now from here, just squeeze your inner thighs. So squeeze them right around that ball and then little release. As you squeeze your inner thighs, notice if your glutes squeeze together as well. Try not to let them. Just inner thighs. Squeeze for 5 and little release. Squeeze for 4. Squeeze for 3. Last 2. And then 1 more. Hold that squeeze. Now bring your bum down. You're almost going to touch the mat. Your body comes down in 1 piece now, not rolling. Arms open wide. And then exhale, press everything up. So inhale down, bum low, ribs drop, arms out, and exhale, press. Squeeze those inner thighs. We're gonna go 6 like that. Opening and press. Now, as you're moving, your ribs want to open a little bit wider with your arms. Try not to let them. Think of having that corset around your rib cage. Go for 3 more. Inhale down. Press through those heels. Squeeze those inner thighs as you lift. Last 2. Last 1, exhale, press right up, and then slowly let's roll all the way down, right through to neutral, stay at the bottom. All right, so keep your bum down now. You're just gonna reach your arms overhead. Arms reach, ribs stay tight around your center, and then arms press back up to the ceiling. Okay, arms reach, ribs stay tight. Like you've got that corset on those ribs. Exhale, press. 2 more like that, arms reach. And one more, reach those arms back overhead. Turn your palms to face up to the ceiling now. Open your arms all the way out to the side, like you're making a big circle with your arms, and then reach them back up to the ceiling. So do that again. Palms can face one another as you reach overhead, palms face the ceiling, go for a big circle all the way around, and then back up. 2 more like that, reach. Think about those ribs staying tight around your center as you move those arms, and up. Last one, reach, palms face up all the way around, circle down to your hips. Back to the ceiling, palms face one another, take a breath. Now let's go the opposite way. So you're gonna reach your arms down, palms face up as you circle up and overhead. Palms face one another as you come up. Go for 4, reach. Feel how your core is working here as well, right? Ribs stay tight around your center. Your body stays nice and neutral. Shoulders are neutral. Last 2, reach. All the way. And last one, reach. All the way, arms back up to the ceiling, and then stay when you're there. All right, now from here, press through your heels. Let's lift those hips back up. All right, so stay there. So thinking even weight in your feet, even weight in your shoulders, collarbones stay nice and wide. Give the ball a little bit of a squeeze with your inner thighs, and then shift the weight out of your right foot all into your left. As you do that, you'll feel your hips want to shift to the left as well. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep that inner thigh connection as you extend your right leg out. So your right leg will reach in the same level as your left thigh, and then slow drop your hips down together, and then press them back up. So bum comes down, you can open your arms out, and then press up, and then reach your arms overhead next time, and up. So you're going to alternate. Arms wide, arms overhead, exhale, out. Out with your arms up, overhead, and back. One more. How about those inner thighs? Keep them squeezing, right? Tons of stability coming from those inner thighs. Right leg down, roll all the way to the mat. Take a breath. If anyone feels their back with their leg lifted, just have a light touch. Keep your toes down. You don't need to lift your leg completely. You ready? We're going to go back up again. So press through your heels, lift those hips. Hold there. So feel that even weight in your feet, even weight in your shoulders. Waistlines are long. Your body is just nice and even. Now go for a big squeeze with your inner thighs. Hold that connection. And then begin to shift your weight over to your right foot as you extend your left. Holding there. Drop your hips down. Keeping that squeeze with your inner thighs as you press. Add those arms if you want. Arms out. Arms overhead. Exhale up, inhale, and up, reach, and up. Keep those inner thighs squeezing the whole time. Reach, waistline stay long, last one each way, out with those arms, overhead with those arms, drop your left down, roll all the way back to the mat, back to neutral, and then lower your arms down by your sides. All right, from here, pop the ball up to the side. Hands behind your head. Inhale, nod your chin, and then exhale, peel up to flexion. So you're looking down towards those thighs. Your body is neutral. Tailbone is heavy. You've got that little space behind your low back, right? Slowly, let's melt down. Articulate all the way. Take a breath at the bottom, and then do that again. Tuck your chin, exhale as you curl up. Holding their tailbone still heavy, right? Ribs nice and tight towards the top of your hip bones. And then slowly come all the way. Let's do it again. Tuck that chin. Glutes are relaxed. Make sure they're not helping you. Slowly you'll come down. And one more like that. Tuck that chin, exhale, curl up, and stay. So holding there, let's lift up our heels so we're just light on our toes. Keep looking towards your thighs, not the ceiling. And then bring your right leg up, hold, pop it back down. Left up, hold, pop it back down. So as you alternate your legs, take your time, but think about what's happening with your hips. Should be nothing. Your hips should be staying totally still as you move those legs. And down. Now bring your right leg up, curl forward a little bit, right leg down, upper body comes back. Left leg up, curl forward a little bit, and back down. Still completely steady through those hips. And down, light touch with those toes up. And down, light touch. And down, one more right, exhale. Down and left. And down, lower those heels. Lower your upper body all the way down, and then stay. All right, hands back down by your sides, palms face palms face the ceiling. Let's roll back to that hip roll. So belly button to your spine, press through your heels, lift those hips up nice and high. Okay, so extra little bit of pressure through your left heel here. You're gonna lift your right leg all the way up to a tabletop position. Okay, so hips stay nice and level, waistlines are staying long. If you want, you can grab your weights, you can reach your arms up, you absolutely do not have to. So holding this position, you're not gonna let your bum lift or lower. You're just gonna reach your right leg out and then pull it back in. So you can add arms if you want, reach arms. So fingertips reach away from those right toes and in. Take your time, 6, reaching and in. So each time you reach, think of a little bit of extra pressure through your left heel to keep those hips nice and lifted. Reach, press through that left heel, a little bit of left big toe. 3, and then go for 2. And in, last one, let's reach. Come back in, and then stay. Now from here, drop your hips down, almost touch the mat, and then press straight up. Inhale down. As you press and squeeze that left inner thigh to a little bit like Adams if you want here, open wide. Inhale down, press through that left heel, left big toe up. Reach. For 3. Exhale, press up. 2. Exhale, press. Last one. Exhale, press, hold. Lower your right all the way down, and then roll all the way. Come to neutral. Lower those arms, take a breath. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, find that neutral, find that even weight from right to left in your body. You're gonna reach your arms right up to the ceiling, shoulder blades are flat, collarbones are wide. Press through those heels, lift your hips, stay there. Extra bit of pressure through your right heel, right big toe. Lift that left heel and then pop your left leg up when you're ready. Left waistline wants to crunch, right? Keep it really nice and long. Do not let your body drop. You're just gonna reach your left leg and then bring it back in. Add those arms if you want, reaching fingertips from left toes, and in. Head is nice and heavy, neck is relaxed. You've got 5, reach. And you've got 4, reach. And keep those ribs hugging around your center. 3. Last 2, keep that right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline. Last one, reach. Back in, stay there, drop your bum down, almost touch the mat. And then press straight up. Add those arms if you want, nice and low. Waistlines are long for 6. Exhale up. Go for 5, even weight on those shoulders. 4, 3, last 2, last one, all the way up. Hold at the top, lower your left, and then roll all the way down, come through to neutral. Hold at the bottom, lower those arms down by your side. Awesome, guys, okay. Now from here, grab your squishy ball. It's gonna go underneath your tailbone. So long waistline. Do you remember you can walk your two more? You're good. Keep the back of your rib cage heavy. No one wants to come too close to you. Palms face up. Keep that tailbone really nice and heavy. Really feel those lowest few ribs, so closest to your hip, staying heavy. Those are the ones that are going to want to lift the most. Really think of them staying heavy. You're going to lift your heels so you're just on your toes and just hold there. So remember, the ball is more towards your tailbone than in towards your low back, right? You're going to reach your right leg up to tabletop, so knee directly above your hip, and then do the same with your left. So holding here, make sure those knees are directly on top of those hips. Make sure the back of your rib cage is still heavy. The front of your ribs are drawing together. Upper body is just super nice and quiet. For those of you that have done this before, you can grab your weights and reach your arms up to the ceiling. If you haven't, I would keep your arms down just to really find the correct position before you add the arms. So arms up, arms down, doesn't matter. Now let's start reaching our right leg does in the direction. But whichever option you choose, just make sure you're listening to your body. Form is more important than anything else. So don't take the hardest option just because you think it's going to be better for you. It's not. Reach and then pull back in. So as you're reaching, your abs deepen, belly button pulls into your spine, and then pull back. Exhale, reach. And inhale backward. Exhale, reach. And inhale back. Okay, go for 2 more each side. Really feeling that length through those waistlines as you reach. One more each foot here. Finish with a lefty. Come back and stay. So if you felt stable there, you weren't gripping through your neck or your shoulders, feel free to grab your weights, reach your arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna add on a little bit. If you want to keep your arms down, that's fine. We'll just keep doing the leg portion. So right fingertips reach away from right toes, and then pull back in. And then you go left and left, reaching away, abs deepen, and pull back in. So as your right leg reaches, right toes reach away from your right fingertips, your left knee wants to come closer to your chest, right? Try not to let it. Keep that one side in that perfect tabletop, and then pull it. And remember, each time you reach, it's work the whole way out there. You're holding for a pause, and then you're pulling back in. You're not just snapping it out there and snapping it back in. Slow and controlled. Feel the work the whole way out and the whole way in. One more left and left. Reach the whole way out is work, the whole way in is work. Stay right there. Now from here, send both legs away. They can go straight, they can stay bent, doesn't matter. And then pull back in. Legs, you can add arms to that if you want. Reach, deepen those abs, squeeze your inner thighs and pull back in. So if anyone feels their back, don't do both legs straight out. You can just keep them bent. You can stick with single leg. Exhale, 4. The key thing is staying stable on that ball, maintaining your neutral. Go for 3. And in. Go for 2. Guys. And last one, exhale, reach out. We'll come all the way in. Holding there, lower your right, lower your left, lower those arms. Press into your heels, lift your hips off the ball, pop the ball up to the side, and then just roll down nice and slow and control all the way down through to neutral. Take a breath at the bottom there. Come back up, go for a couple more like that. Belly button in, press that low back down as you lift. Slowly rolling down. One more, all the way. And then we'll come all the way down. And stay. Awesome. All right, let's go on to our side. So we're going to start on our left side. All right, we're going to have our squishy ball between our ankles. Legs straight out underneath us. Left arm overhead reaching. You can use the other. Awesome. Okay, so reach those toes away from the top of your head, really thinking length. So toes are reaching this way, the top of your head, and your left fingertips are reaching the opposite way. Your left ribs are a little bit lifted off the mat. Your right waistline is really nice and long. And then your right hand is in front of you. We don't want to put all our weight into it, but you can definitely have it down for a little bit of support. All right, now exhale, reach through your toes and then lift. So it's not about how high you're going at all. It's really about that reach. Keep reaching as you lower back down to a hug. So exhale up. And inhale, slow and controlled down. Exhale up, pause. Inhale, slow and controlled down. So both of your knees should be pointing the way that you're looking. Your left knee, your bottom knee kind of wants to point down, you'll see. Amazing. Exhale as you lift, little pause, and inhale down. So you should feel lots of left inner thigh, lots of right obliques, lots of little abs, keeping you steady. Make sure that head stays heavy on your left arm there. If you're feeling your neck, try and bring your gaze down to relax your neck a little bit. 2 more like this. Exhale as you squeeze and inhale down. 1 more. Exhale, squeeze up and then stay. Can you bring your right hand onto your right hip? If it's there, or if you feel steady there, try and reach your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Now stay there. Your right leg is a wall. Squeeze your left inner thigh up to the wall. So squeeze your left inner thigh into the wall for 6 more. Go for 5. Exhale, 4, squeeze, hold. Exhale, 3, squeeze, hold. Exhale, 2, squeeze, hold. Exhale, 1, squeeze, hold, stay. Your bottom leg is the wall. Keep it there. Your top leg squeezes down. And control. So your legs don't really move. Your top one squeezes into the ball, but don't let your left one be pushed. Go 6. Abs deepen. 5. Feel those abs working with those inner thighs. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold your little bit of a squeeze. Bring your right hand back down in front of you. Just have a light touch on the mat there. Now from here, keep your legs lifting. Bend your knees in towards your chest. So make sure it's not just your bum under your heels, under your bum like that. Knees should come forward a little bit. And then kick straight up. Keep them lifting. Squeeze and pull in. And then exhale, press, reach. Kick out nice and high. Slow, squeeze and pull in. Exhale, reach right up. We got 4 more. In, reach right out. 3. Squeeze, reach. That left thigh should stay off the mat the whole time too. In, reach, reach. Last 1, in, exhale, reach, right out, and then lower those legs all the way down. Take a breath. Grab that ball, pop it off to the side. Now let's have our left foot in front of our right. So you can either do this on your knees, actually. Try and have your knees in line with the rest of your body. If you want to come into a full side plank, have your left foot just slightly in front of your right, like your right toes can touch your right heel. All right, and then wiggle your left elbow under your left shoulder. So either a side plank like that or like this, right? That's totally fine, either option, whatever you want to do. Ready? Exhale up. So pick those left hips off the mat. Feel that your waistline along the top of your head is reaching away from your heels. Reach your arm right up to the ceiling and stay there. So from here, just drop your hips down. Your left hip comes down, almost touch the mat. And then pick it up. Do that again. So inhaling down, exhale, pick it up. Now lower, bring your right hand down by your right thigh. As you lift, reach that right arm way up and overhead. Reach. 4 more like that. Slow and controlled. Pick that left hip right up. 3. Last 2. Exhaling up. 1 more. And then lower those hips all the way down. Lower down onto your left arm and then bend your legs so your heels are right under your bum. Looking straight ahead, still waistline stay long, ribs are still tight around your center. You ready? You're gonna lift your heels up so your knees kind of point down. Yeah, keep your heels where they are and then just clench up. And then slow and control back down. Exhale as you lift. And then inhale slow. So each time you lift, feel that glute squeeze, abs deepen, and then slowly control it back. Exhale up. and inhale down. So your pelvis, your entire pelvis is staying completely still as your leg is moving, right? Go for 4. Go for 3, exhale, up. 2, exhale, up. Last one, get up to that highest point and stay. Can you squeeze back 1 more inch without moving your hips? And then down an inch, 1 more inch. Squeeze, 1 inch down. Go 8 little squeezes. If you popped your hand on your right glute, your glute would stay active the whole time. You feel that tension in your glute. 6, 5, exhale, 4, exhale, 3, last 2, last one, squeeze it up, stay right there. From here, kick your leg out. You straighten it, and then bend it back in, and then clamshell down. Okay, so start again, you're gonna go up, 1, extend, 2, bend, 3, lower, 4. Good, keeping those hips totally still. 1, extend, 2, take your time, 3, and 4. 1, 3. What did she say? You're doing great? Oh, shoot. I thought she said great class. I'm imagining that's what Siri's telling me. Great class, Lindsay. 1 more. Reach. Down, down, and then lower all the way. Okay, take a breath. Now reach that right leg straight out, a little bit more on that right side. I apologize, I have not been here in 2 years, and I feel like a lot. Just take a breath for the next set. Or if you have a 5-pound weight in your ankle, take a breath if you need to. Don't worry. Reach for your right toes, because I am dying and I don't have anything on my ankle. Okay, toes reach away from the top of your head. Keep your waistline long. Now you're gonna do those rainbows. So toes down to the front edge of your mat, lift up, and then toes down to the back edge of your mat. So the trick with this is really keeping your pelvis still. If you let your pelvis move with your leg, you could do a million. But if you really find that stability from your core and just move your thigh, up and down, and then up and down. It's a ton of work, right? Up and down, and try to put as little weight into your right hand as possible. If you want, just have your head on your hip so you don't even, tempt it. Or 2 more. And 1 more, keep reaching. Always reaching, right? Toes are reaching away from the top of your head, and then come to the middle, stay. Do the reverse. So now it's like you're making a U. Up at the front edge of your mat, and then up to the back edge. Up, and up. Yeah, good, nice and controlled. Up, pause. Up, pause. Go for 5. And back, 4 more. Exhale. And back, 3 more. Exhale up. And back. Last 2. And back. Last 1. And back, and then bend that leg right in. Come onto your back. Give your right glute a little stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee there. Hug that knee in nice and tight. And take a nice couple of breaths there. So waistline stay long. Maintain that neutral even as you're stretching. Nice couple of deep breaths there. Right. And then, when you're ready, we're gonna do the same on the other side. So the ball will start between your ankles. These are all really squeezed back there. How's your ankle stacked, hip stacked, shoulders down. Right ribs are gonna be that little bit lifted off the mat, right? Don't let them press down. A light touch with your left hand in front of you, so you're not gonna just stabilize with your arm or your shoulder. You're gonna really find that stability from your core. From there, let's just exhale, lift those legs up. Hold when you're up there. So take a breath, toes are reaching away from the top of your head, and then slow and controlled back down. Sahil, did you just switch the other, did you reverse everything?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I don't want you to say much. Okay. And control. You can switch around so your head is where your feet are if you want to still watch.
Yes.
Up and slow. So remember, each time you lift, have that little pause, tons of right inner thigh, tons of left obliques. Will you lie? Yeah, just lie flat because it's just a better position for your neck. Don't worry at all about how high your legs go, right? You ready? Let's do one more squeeze up and then stay. So holding there, make sure those right ribs are still lifting. Your head is heavy. If you're feeling tension in your neck, just look down. Keep your top leg where it is and just squeeze your bottom leg up. So squeeze up for 8. That's right inner thigh squeezing into your left inner thigh. Your left inner thigh is working. It's stabilizing, right? Control, exhale, squeeze. Control, go for 3. And down, last 2. And down, last 1, squeeze and stay, hold there. Top leg is gonna squeeze down into your bottom, little squeezes. If you can, try and bring your left hand onto your hip. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale, squeeze. You got it, 5. Feel how your abs deepen as you squeeze that leg. 4. 3. Last 2. You ready? 1 more. Squeeze in, stay right there. You can pop that hand back down. Take a breath. Now you're gonna bend in. Try to keep your knees lifted. Try to keep your right thigh off the mat as you bend in. Feet come forward a little bit and then kick straight out. And a little bit up. Bend in, slow and controlled. Kick and squeeze out. Good, so 6. Don't let your right leg drop. And reach. 5 more, slow. And reach. Right up, 4 more, slow. And slow. Reach. Right up. Think about your waistlines as you do this. They should both be staying long. Last 2. In. Reach. Right up. Last 1. In and in. Exhale, reach. Out and then lower all the way down. Okay, grab that ball, pop it off to the side. Now, if you want to do the kneeling plank, remember your knees should be in line with the rest of your body, not forward of your body. If you want to come up onto your feet, you will have your right foot in front of your left. And then up your right elbow under your right shoulder. Yes. All right, so from there, let's lift our hips up. Hold when they're up there, really reach the top of your head away from your heels, thinking length through that top line of your body, thinking lift from the bottom line, and then just lower those hips as low as you want, and then lift them back up. Yes, you can go arm up to start. We'll go for a few just reaching up. Inhale down. Now as you come down, keep your arm reaching up. As you lift up, reach way up overhead into that big arc. Inhale down, exhale, pick that right hip right up. 4 more. 3. Last 2. 1 more. Inhale down to those right obliques. Up and over, and then lower all the way down. Lower your right arm so you can just bend it underneath you. rest your head on that right arm. And then have your heels underneath your bum so you're in that little clamshell position. We're gonna do that floating clam. So lift your heels up. Oops. Heels up, yeah. And then keep your heels kind of still in space as you clamshell up and then slow and control back down. Exhale up, get to that highest point and then slow control down. Control, good. Exhale, lifting, inhale, lower. So just notice what's happening with the rest of your body as you're moving your left leg. Are your right ribs pressing down? Are you tensing through your neck, through your right shoulder, through your left shoulder? Try to keep everything as relaxed as you can. Your head is heavy, that arm wherever it needs to be to keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. You can do 2 more. And lower, last one, exhale up and stay at the top. Go back 1 more inch, 1 extra little squeeze and down. Little squeeze and down. So as you're squeezing that left glute, your core has to work a little harder, right? So glute squeezes, abs deepen, control. Go 4, go for 3, little squeeze, last 2. Last one, squeeze it up, stay. Now extend your left leg from there. So kind of kicking up towards the ceiling, bend in and then lower down. So do that again, clamshell up, extend, in and down. The whole time your hip bones are facing the same way your eyes are, right? Don't let that left hip roll back. Go 5, reach, in, and down. 4 more. Exhale, reach, in, and down. 3 more. Reach, in, and down. Last 2. Reach, in, and down. Last 1. Up, reach, in, and down, and then lower all the way. Okay, now keep your bottom leg where it is. You're gonna straighten your top leg. That's your left leg, reaching toes away from the top of your head. So for this whole set, you're making your rainbows, but you're reaching as well. So let's start with our toes in line with our body, and then rainbow down. So toes down to the front edge of your mat, and then lift toes down to the back edge of your mat. As you're moving your leg and reaching, you are stabilizing with your core, right? Up and down, and up and down. Exhale, exhale, you got it. 4 more. And doesn't matter how tall your rainbow is, think of that with the bench. So making a nice wide rainbow will stabilize your core a little more. Will require more stability from your core. Last one. And back. And then hold in the middle. You ready? We're gonna go the opposite way. So you're gonna go up, pause, and then up, pause. Exhale, and up. Go for 4. And up. 3 more. And back. Last 2. Up. And back. Last 1. Lift. And lift. And then bend right on in. Awesome, guys. Okay, so come on to your back. Let's give that left foot a little stretch out. Left foot in front of your right knee, hook in there. Take a nice couple of breaths, keeping that upper body nice and quiet, right? Shoulders, shoulder blades flat, collarbones still wide as you're stretching. For 2 more nice deep breaths here. All right, and then hug those knees in, have a little roll side to side, and then roll yourself up to seated. So you're gonna sit with your feet about your distance apart, sit really nice and tall, so the top of your head is reaching up, tailbone presses down, Ribs are tight around your center. Everything is nice and neutral, and then get your arms straight forward. Collarbones wide, shoulder blades away from your ears and kind of slid down on your back. Now let's scoop back. So remember, scooping, it's just those low abs you want to get. You don't want to leave your shoulders here because that makes it really easy on your arms. Leave your shoulders back. And then use those abs, same low abs, not your hip flexors, to bring yourself back to seated. So think of growing tall, really lengthening your spine as you come up. And then do that again, exhale. Hips roll back, ribs come back, shoulders come back. Stay, arms come up this time. And down. And then come all the way back. Low abs again, stacking up nice and tall. Hold, let's do it again. Exhale, scoop, hips, ribs, shoulders. Nice deep breath, let's go 2 arms this time. So keep that same position, go 1 more. And down, and then all the way up again, all the way up. Nice and tall. Let's go for 3. Hold that little scoop, ribs stay tight. Let's go 3. And down, exhale for 2. And down, go 1 more. And down, abs again, all the way up to seated tall. So let's go back again. Find that sweet spot where you can stay here, your ribs are tight around your center, your belly button is pulling into your spine. You're gonna open your right arm to this side, left arm up overhead, and then bring them back in the middle. And then do that again. So left arm to this side, right arm overhead, reach, and then come back. So both waistlines are staying long. It's not that your left is longer because you're reaching. They're both long. Even weight on your glutes. Even weight in those feet. 1 more each way. And 1 more here. And in, and then all the way back, sitting nice and tall. Okay. From there, we're going to go 1 more. So let's set. We're going to scoop back the same. Belly button to spine. Ribs tight around your center. If anyone's hip flexors are screaming at them, you can go here. Maybe don't scoop back this far. You feel all hip flexors. Maybe it's just that they're taking the work instead of your core, okay? So you're here, right arm opens to the side. Now follow it with your eyes. So you're gonna reach back, way back a little bit. Those fingertips, and come back through center. Stay. Same thing left. So you're opening out. Keep that right hand heavy as you reach. Look towards those fingertips, and then come back through center. Go right again. Open. Good job, guys. And left. Exhale, right fingertips are reaching as your left reach back through center. 1 more to the right. We're gonna stay here this time. Hold, you reach a little further for 3, reach a little further for 2, reach a little further for 1, all the way back through center. Same thing left, last one here. Right hip stays heavy. Let's go for 3, 2, last one, all the way back, and then all the way back to seated. Good job, guys. Now stretch your legs there. Slowly. Now we're going to come all the way back into a little scoop. So we'll roll right back. Reach those arms up overhead. Hang here, have a little bit of a stretch. So fingertips reach away from your toes. Nice couple of deep breaths there. We're going to come back up. So press your heels down into the mat. Arms come up, tuck your chin. Reach out to those toes as you come up. Stack up tall, shoulders away from your ears, and then melt back. So rolling your hips back first, then your ribs come back, and then your shoulders, your head, slow and controlled. Reach those arms back overhead. You can add a leg if you want. So we're gonna tuck our chin. If you want to add a leg, bring a leg up to tabletop or a teaser, whatever feels good. You'll stay a little half roll up if you're doing that. And then scoop back, belly button towards your spine, rolling, rolling. Reaching those toes as your mid-back touches down, reach those arms overhead. Same thing left. So even weight, both sides of your spine, tuck. Lefty up here, wherever it feels good. Again, melting back, slow and controlled. Keep both hips nice and even as you reach. All the way back. We're gonna go 2 more. You can alternate for your last 2. You can put your both legs up if you want. You can keep both legs down, whatever feels good. You go here, you go here. As you scoop back again, roll through your spine, slow and controlled. You'll reach your legs, reach those arms. 1 more. Tuck your chin. Hold in there, take a nice deep breath. Lower your right, lower your left. And then right up. Okay, come onto your tummies now. So just flat, hands as wide as your mat or so. You do a little extension. Remember, when you're at the height of your extension, you're not in a upward dog. You are, an extension in flight is just through your upper back. So that gets into your low back a little bit. We want just our thoracic spine. So we're still kind of here, thinking more length than head. All right. So start with your nose, just hovering off the mat, shoulders around your forward, upper body's just really nice and quiet. Reach those toes back behind you. So your legs aren't really doing much, but they are active, you have energy through those toes. Now from here, connect through your core. So think belly button to spine. That's going to keep that back nice and safe. And then roll your shoulders away from your ears. And then think of leading with the top of your head, reaching the top of your head and your collarbones out over the top edge of your mat. Holding there. Keep those collarbones reaching, keep the top of your head reaching. Take a nice deep breath. Remember, you're still looking down. And then slowly roll back. So let those ribs be heavy. Come all the way back. Hold with your nose covering up the mat. Take a breath and then do that again. So again, connecting through your core, ribs tighten up around your center, shoulder blades slide down your back. And then think like reaching the top of your head towards the edge of your mat, reaching your collarbones forward. Think length through your spine, so through your cervical and your thoracic spine specifically, so your neck and that upper back, and then keep those lengthening as you lower back. We're going to go 2 more full version just like that. So ribs tighten up, core connect, shoulder blades slide down your back, leading with the top of your head, collarbones reach. Find that length. Take an extra breath, and then melt back down. So on this next one, we're going to stay at the top. So core connects, ribs tighten up that little bit, shoulder blades down your back, leading the top of your head, reach those collarbones forward. Take a nice deep breath here. Find a little bit more length. Reach the top of your head away from your toes a little more. And then see if you can lift your hands. If not, that's okay. You can keep your arms down. If you got those arms up, let's reach them forward a bit. You might come down a little bit with your upper back. When you bring your arms back in, can you come a little higher into your extension? It's super, super subtle. Arms reach forward, lowering slightly. Exhale up. 2 more like this. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. Lower those arms. Lower that upper body all the way down. And then just press yourself back to a shell stand. So hang for a nice couple of deep breaths there. All right, and then when you're ready, come up to a 4-point kneel. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Knees back, so they're not in too tight either. Tiniest little bends in your elbows so you're not locking. Think about your waistlines being long, your ribs need to stay tight around your center so you're not arching. Your palms need to stay pressing into the mat so you're not just squeezing your shoulder blades together, going into those upper traps. All right, so we're strong across our upper back, we're strong through our core, keeping our pelvis neutral. We're gonna take our right leg straight out. Don't lift it yet, just kick straight out. So notice your weight wants to shift to the left. Let's really think about our left inner thigh squeezing toward our midline so that when we look back, our left knee is still under our left hip, right? Now from there, lift your right leg up. Think of reaching as you lift, hold, and then reach your left arm out in front. So left fingertips reach from right toes. Just tap them both down, keeping them nice and long, and then lift. So inhale down, exhale. Go for 6 like that, nice and controlled, abs deepen as you lift. 5, nice and controlled. Each time you lift your leg and your hand, press through your left knee a little bit to engage those left obliques and left outer glute. Really important for stability. 3. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1, squeeze up. Bring that arm in, bring that leg in, stay right there. Now from here, left knee out, hold there. Do a check, make sure your right knee is under your right hip. Lift that leg, extend that right arm. So reach fingertips from toes and tap and lift. So remember, your right knee can press into the mat each time you lift. That's kind of layer 2. So if you're feeling stable when you're moving your arm and your leg, think of really pressing your right knee down. You'll feel that core connect. You'll feel your right outer glute a bit. 3. Last 2. And up. Last 1, abs deepen as you lift. Bring that arm in, bring that leg in. Sit back to a little shell stretch. Keep those wrists twist. Awesome. And then come back up. So we're gonna have hands back under those shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're gonna come to a little cat-cow. So let's just drop our tails, scoop those abs. Let your head be nice and heavy. And then come all the way out of it. So rolling back through. Let those ribs go, those shoulder blades slide together there, and then come back. So dropping your tail, scooping those abs, rounding through your lumbar spine, through your thoracic spine, all the way to your cervical. Let your head be heavy. Go for 2 more like that. Dropping your tail, scooping, rounding, really lifting your belly button right away from the ground. Out. And then drop that tail, scoop. And then come to neutral. Stay when you're in neutral there. All right, so hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Right leg is going to kick back again, so straight out behind you. Take a nice deep breath when you're left there. Thinking the length again more than anything else. Right waistline is long, left knee stays pressed into the mat, and then lift that right leg up. So right toes are reaching away from the top of your head, right? Now from here, you're going to bend your right knee. It's going to come to the outside of your left leg. That's medial rotation. And then you're going to kick it out in lateral rotation. So bend it in medial rotation. That means your right knee is pointing to the left, and then your right knee is pointing to the right as you kick it back. So in, control, exhale out, control. So really try to minimize the movement in your hips, minimize the movement in your entire body, really. Your hips want to move with that leg, right? Go for 4. Medial rotation, exhale, lateral. 3. Medial rotation, exhale, lateral. Last 2. Last 1, in, exhale, reach. Bring that leg right in. Stay there. You're going to bring your left elbow down now. So most of your weight's on your left forearm. Kick your right leg out again. Lift it up. Okay, so really reach your toes away from the top of your head. You should be looking in towards your wrist as opposed to straight down with your neck, with your eyes. You should be looking at your eyes, so that your neck stays long, right? You want to be here. Now from there, really reach through your toes. You're just going to tap straight down, and then you're going to lift up. Squeeze way up, nice and high. Inhale as you tap, and then exhale as you squeeze. Think about that neck a little bit. So if you have just looking towards your left wrist, kind of inhale down, 4 more. Control as you lift your right leg, you're pressing into your left knee. Go for 3. Last 2, abs deepen as you squeeze. Last 1, abs deepen, squeeze up, and then bend that leg in. You can reach those arms straight forward again for a little shell stretch. Nice. Just have those weights on ready? Yeah. No, it's a problem. Well, now you do because you gotta keep those glutes in. I know. I'm impressed. Okay, hands under. Hands under your shoulders again. Knees under your hips. Nice long waistline, looking straight down. Your waist comes right, so your neck stays long. Kick your left leg straight out behind you, and then lift it up. So more important than your range of movement with your left leg is really staying stable here. So medially rotating your left leg, knee points to the right, and then laterally rotating as you kick out. So in, like your hips want to do that, right? That's what I don't want you to do. Stable as you come in, stable as you kick out. In, exhale, use your breath. In. We've got 5 more. Control and reach. 4 more. Control and reach. 3 more. In. Good job, guys. Out. Last 2. In and reach. Last 1. In. Exhale. Reach. And then bring that right hand down so your right arm will reach across. So now you're looking down towards your wrist because you're on this angle. So don't look straight down towards your wrist. Really reach up through your left toes and then tap down. So exhale up, length. Inhale, still thinking length as you lower down. So your left hip can open up slightly. I mean, you don't want to be like this, right? Keep your left hip pretty square with your right. Pretty square, kind of down. Inhale down, exhale. Get nice and high for 5. Exhale up. Right knee presses into the mat to keep you nice and wind up. 4, 3. Exhale, squeeze. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1. Exhale, squeeze up. And then bend that leg right in. And again, sit yourself back. So let's stay back here. We're going to walk our hands over to the left side of your mat. So to the outside over there, walk your left hand right off and then reach your right fingertips up and over. So you're kind of reaching right fingertips away from your right hip there. And then walk those hands all the way back through center. Hands off to the right side of your mat, really reaching your left fingertips now away from that left hip. Walk those hands back through the center. Come back up to a 4-point knee. You're going to kick your right foot back. So reach through your right heel. Have a little stretch there. Right heel reaches away from the top of your head, finding that length. And then pop that right leg back in. Do the same thing left. So reaching through your left heel. Feel that nice length through that left side of your body, really reaching your heel away from the top of your head. And then come back in and go right again. Reach. Kick your left out as well. Holding there, heels reach away from the top of your head. Nice and strong for your upper body. And then tuck your chin Press yourself back to a downward dog. You can walk your feet apart a bit. That feels good. Walk them in wherever that's going to feel like a good little stretch. Drop those heels nice and low. Letting your head have a little shake back and forth. And then bend your right knee, press your left heel down. And then switch. And switch. Switch. And then drop both heels nice and low. Lift them both up nice and high. And if you back into a plank, stepping your right foot between your hands. You can hang there, drop your knee down. We'll just have a little stretch for that left hip flexor. Which is a nice couple of breaths there. Think about your right heel being under your right knee, approximately. Nice and long spine, not dropping into your low back there at all. You can go for a little twist if it wants into it. Left hand can come down, you can reach your right arm up. Holding there. Just as far as that goes. And then step that right hand down. Turn your right leg out and then come down into a little hip stretch. Then you can just come down as far as that feels good, kind of letting the weight of your body deepen the stretch for you. Curl your left toes under. Step your right toes back. And then step your left foot in. Down to that little Texas stretch. And there for a couple of breaths. And then pop your right hand down, reach your left arm up for a twist. Guys. And then just drop that left knee and come down. One more little stretch. And then you're ready to walk those hands back in. Curl your right toes under. Step your left foot back. Back to that downward dog again. Drop those heels nice and low. And then walk your hands into your feet. Right, left, right, left. Hanging that forward fold. Let that head have a little shake and roll those shoulders out. And then you can just roll on up. Thanks, guys.